FC Barcelona on the brink of a tactical revolution. How a right back could change everything. The silence has been shattered, Kules, and this is no mere whisper. It's a roar rising from the depths of Camp Nou, an echo of the great European nights when our stadium made the continent tremble. This isn't a quick fix or a last-minute whim. It's a meticulously crafted plan, a masterstroke that could redefine our season. We're talking about a position that demands power, endurance, a predator's instinct, and millimeter-perfect tactical awareness. Barcelona has identified the perfect window to strengthen this role, introduce smart rotation, and, above all, add a weapon that could disrupt our opponent's tactical balance from the first minute. If you're a true Kuhl, a passionate soul who lives for this shirt, brace yourself. What I'm about to tell you will electrify you. FC Barcelona is seriously considering signing Denel Dumfries. The profile is clear, the tactical fit is undeniable, and the opportunity is too tempting to ignore. This isn't just idle speculation, it's a well-oiled strategy that could soon move from rumor to reality. Why Barcelona? Why Dumfries? Why now? The calendar is unforgiving. The pre-season has allowed Flick to pinpoint the necessary adjustments, and La Liga waits for no one. Our team overflows with talent, creativity, and intelligence, but we've been missing that one piece on the flank. A player who can break lines, generate panic with surging runs, pin the opponent to free up the inside, and pose a real threat at the far post. In Flick's system, the right back isn't just a ball distributor. He's a tactical battering ram. When our right winger cuts inside and our playmaker drifts into the first line of pressure, we need a highway not just open, but paved for a 130 km/h sprint with a toll already paid. Dumfries delivers exactly that. Long strides, aggressive spatial awareness, constant menace, and timing that, when synced with our circulation, can turn static attacks into unstoppable charges. But this isn't just about attack. In transition, Flick's Barcelona wants to press high but also knows there will be moments when we must sprint back toward our own goal. The advantage of a right back with an athlete's legs and a Premier League physique? Defensive corrections become less dramatic. That first step, that stride covering the opponent's half space or shutting down the far post, can be worth precious points. Last season, we suffered when opponents exploited our defensive transitions. While the tactical board reduces risks, elite football demands individual qualities to support the collective plan. Dumfries provides that extra layer, not as a third center-back huddled in the box, but as a player who neutralizes danger before it even emerges. The domino effect. How one signing transforms the team. With a right back threatening from the outside, our right winger can alternate between hugging the touchline and cutting inside without being predictable. Our interior midfielder finds more passing lanes. Our playmaker gets more time on the ball. The opponent's defensive line stretches. What looks like a simple tactical diagram on paper becomes meters gained and seconds stolen on the pitch. And in a Barcelona team that wants to camp near the opponent's box, every meter won on the flank is one fewer pass needed to finish. Flick's approach includes rotations to avoid burning out players. A profile like Dumfries, capable of repeating high-intensity efforts, allows the team to maintain a 90-minute high tempo without needing an early substitution for an exhausted fullback. This flexibility means we can reinforce the midfield instead of always using a sub for a tired defender. And when protecting a lead, the same right back can drop into a back three, supporting the center-back to shut down the opponent's wide attacks. Timing is everything. Striking while the iron is hot. The early stages of La Liga are when many teams are still adjusting. This is the perfect moment to strike with clear automatisms and fresh legs. If Barcelona arrives with a solid, unexpected plan on the right flank, we can collect points with ease and avoid suffering in tight finishes. Confidence grows, chemistry improves, and fear switches sides. Last season proved that when Barcelona dominates the flanks, our central play flourishes. Adding a constant threat from the right back creates a chain reaction. The striker receives cleaner service. The interior midfielders get better receptions. The winger becomes less predictable. Imagine the sequence. Build up from the left, drawing defenders in. A third man run to break the first line. Quick rotation to midfield, immediate switch to the right, where the right back is already surging forward. First touch oriented forward, head up, dribbling with purpose. The right winger cuts inside, the interior midfielder overlaps to block the marker. In that split second, the right back has three golden options. A driven pass to the penalty spot. A far post cross, where the striker arrives in the blind spot of the opposing fullback. A quick pass to enter the box and force a decisive action. If this becomes a habit, opponents start making stupid fouls, looking to the bench in desperation, rushing their decisions. That's when you smell 3 points. Risk management. The ultimate tactical flexibility. A smart coach calibrates intensity based on the score and moment. A right back who can switch between hammer mode and shield mode in the same game, without requiring an urgent substitution, is pure gold. It makes the bench more flexible and leaves opponents guessing. Will Barcelona crush us in the 70th minute or smother the game with ruthless possession? This isn't just about signing a player. It's about unlocking a new dimension in our game. A right back who can do it all, attack, defend, repeat, adapt, changes everything. So, Familia Kuhl, tell me, are you ready for the tactical revolution Dumfries could bring? Do you see how one signing could transform our entire right flank, and with it, our season? Can you already picture the chaos he'll cause in La Liga? Because this isn't just reinforcement. It's evolution. And the future of Barcelona's attack could hinge on this one move. FC Barcelona's European ambition. How a right back could redefine our Champions League dreams. While our immediate focus is on La Liga, a Barcelona under Hansi Flick is thinking bigger, dominating the Champions League. In Europe, the flanks make the difference. The ability to win physical one-on-one duels, reach the byline without constant help from the winger, and stretch the opponent's defense is a game-changer. Denel Dumfries has proven time and again that big games don't intimidate him. That competitive DNA, applied to a Barcelona side hungry to reclaim its fearsome international reputation, shifts the narrative. It's not just about playing well, it's about being ruthless in the box and relentlessly repeating efforts until the opponent breaks. Why the Champions League demands a right-back like Dumfries. European football punishes weaknesses mercilessly. The Champions League demands fullbacks who don't retreat in the opponent's half. The far post is a goldmine when exploited correctly, when the ball stays alive just long enough for the opponent to arrive 2 seconds too late. A right-back who attacks that space with conviction creates 3 or 4 game-changing moments per match. At this level, one moment can decide a tie. And if that right-back also forces the opposing full-back to drop deep, your winger gains freedom, pulling the opponent's midfield out of position and opening up the central channel. Domino effect. But it's not just about attack. Defensive transitions in Europe are brutal. A single misplaced pass can be fatal. That's why a right-back with an aggressive first step, someone who reads short passing lanes and cuts them off before they become dangerous, is invaluable. It's subtle, often unseen, but it decides matches. When the opponent thinks they're launching a counterattack, only to find the right-back biting at their heels, forcing them to retreat, it kills their momentum. Psychology of the elite. Tactical scenarios. How Dumfries changes the game. 1. Opponent sits in a low block. You need fixed width and attacks in the half space between the right back and center back. Dumfries receiving the ball wide and driving low, hard crosses into the penalty area forces panicked clearances. The more you repeat this, the higher the chance of winning a rebound or forcing an error. If the opponent doubles up on that side, your interior midfielder or playmaker finds space inside. The key. Make it a habit, not an exception. 2. Opponent presses high. The right back becomes an outlet and a launch pad. First touch oriented forward, a quick 1-2 with a winger or midfielder, and suddenly you're breaking into enemy territory. This changes the tone of the match. The opponent hesitates, sometimes even drops their press. Mission accomplished. You control the game. 3. Physical, end-to-end match. A right back who can handle the back and forth without tiring is a treasure. You win the ball, you run, you lose it, you recover, you repeat. Few players keep their composure in the 85th minute after 90 meters of sprinting. That's where you see who's built for competitive Barcelona. It's not just about making the right choice, it's about making the right choice even when exhausted. Dumfries does that. 4. Protecting a lead. With a narrow advantage, the plan isn't to cling to the crossbar, it's about choosing when to press and when to hold. The right back can pick his runs, only surging forward when necessary, and dropping into a positional defender role to shut down the opponent's wide attacks. The Real Madrid comparison. and why this matters. Inevitably, comparisons with Real Madrid arise. Last season, Madrid often won without brilliance, relying on efficiency in both boxes and knowing when to tighten up. If Barcelona wants to dethrone them, we need consistent, repeatable advantages. A dominant right-back gives you goals you wouldn't otherwise score and prevents goals you use to concede. It's a silent but constant differential, and leagues are won by accumulating these constants. The dressing room factor. More than just tactics. Football is played by humans, not chess pieces. Dumfries is a competitive character. His body language is contagious. A team aiming to rediscover its ferocious ambition needs soldiers who believe. That inner fire when he wins the ball, the pat on a teammate's back, the one more effort at the 75th minute, these intangibles elevate the collective effort. At Barcelona, where daily demands are relentless and noise is constant, having players who filter that noise into energy is crucial. There's another layer: mentoring LAMINE's youngsters. How you train on Tuesday, how you eat, how you manage a 2-game week. Bringing in professional, competitive profiles creates an ecosystem where young players learn the rhythms of the elite. Nothing accelerates growth like sharing a line with someone who demands excellence in every movement. And then there's silent leadership. You don't need the armband to lead. Leadership is about setting the example and not hiding on tough days. In long seasons, silent leaders hold the structure steady when the foundations shake. A right-back with that mentality becomes a pillar, and titles, though they seem to come from the brilliance of a few, are actually built on unseen pillars. The truth, unfiltered. FC Barcelona, with La Liga at our doorstep and Hansi Flick's plan ready to ignite the right flank, is serious about adding a weapon the team has cried out for. Laporta's masterstroke isn't just about closing a deal, it's about weaving an idea where the right flank stops being a transit lane and becomes the highway to the title. The name at the center of this plan, Dumfries, fits perfectly in terms of football, character, and timing. This isn't a promise, he delivers. It's a bet on identity. More intensity, more arrivals in the box, more goals from a position that, when exploited well, solves problems at the back and creates solutions up front. Compared to Madrid, who so often survive tight games through details in the boxes, a Barcelona that adds a constant right flank advantage flips the script. Stop relying on isolated moments of genius. Instead, inflict methodical torture with passes, breaks, and far post arrivals. Repeat this every match day, and you build a Liga-winning machine. If the dressing room adopts this tone, the season becomes shorter for opponents and longer for those who dare stand in our way. The final question for true Cules. If you're Cule to the core, sound off now. Do you think Dumfries is the missing piece in Flick's plan for Barcelona to dominate La Liga from start to finish? What excites you most about his profile? His physicality? His arrivals in the box? His character? The tactical asymmetry he enables? This Barcelona doesn't want to wait, it wants to bite. And when Barcelona bites, all of Europe listens. Visca el Barça.